Simone Biles has her sights set on Tokyo 2020, but she's still keeping a close eye on USA Gymnastics. Over the weekend, criticizing former Congresswoman Mary Bono, USAG's newly appointed president, for posting this photo back in September, a protest of Nike's decision to feature controversial football player Colin Kaepernick in an ad campaign. Biles reposted Bono's photo on Saturday, writing, "Mouth drop. Don't worry, it's not like we needed a smarter USA Gymnastics president or any sponsors or anything." Biles, also sponsored by Nike, is one of hundreds of young women who accuse former gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar of sexual assault. Nassar is now in prison for life, but USAG continues to struggle. Bono, wife to the late congressman and musician Sonny Bono, is the organization's third president in less than a year. The last president, Carrie Perry, resigned after gymnasts including Aly Raisman accused her of mishandling USAG's response to the Nassar scandal. Now her replacement is under fire. Bono removed the photo online, writing, "I regret the post and respect everyone's views and fundamental right to express them. This doesn't reflect how I will approach my position at USAG." She's now on notice. The athletes are watching.
Lester, tonight, former Olympic gymnast Aly Raisman is also expressing her opposition to the selection of Mary Bono, citing her employment at a law firm that represented USAG when accusations started surfacing about Nassar. USAG tells NBC News that Bono was not involved in the firm's work with the organization.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.